Salutations, Utopians. Hope all is well in your world. Wanted to recap or reflect on the Klay Thompson departure of the Golden State Warriors after 13 seasons. As you all know, he's a four-time champion, five-time All-Star, made second team All-Defense, first-team rookie, two-time gold medalist. The list goes on and on. But it had been long overdue. What Klay Thompson represented, one of the greatest all-time perimeter defenders, always did the dirty work, consummate professional. It'll never be replicated in terms of how well he played his role next to such a tycoon and giant as Steph Curry was in his prime. You know, it is not easy being in the shadow of somebody who practically invented a new brand of basketball. It was eye to eye with almost Jordan's movement when you pair it with the fact that we are in the modern day era of the internet. Steph Curry had a Jordan-like run with Under Armour and the Golden State Warriors because of that three-point shooting capability. And Klay did such a wonderful job of matching his fly, knowing that, you know, obviously you're in the shadow of the greatest shooter of all time. And to be able to stay in rhythm whenever you finally get the ball the way he did is truly amazing. He went on Draymond's podcast earlier this year and cited mental health reasons as a potential reason why he would leave. A lot of people swore he was going to Orlando, eventually settling for Dallas. I want to say I do not like the move. Joining Kyrie after you played in the finals, disgusting. But no state tax, paired with the ability to be playing ball in June potentially, knowing that the Mavericks are the best team in the West, at least for now. I think Memphis, Oklahoma City's adjustment. Dallas is probably out in the first round, if you want to be honest. And at this stage in his career, I don't think Klay is better than Tim Hardaway Jr., who they moved to Detroit to make way for Klay. He's been a shadow of himself since he tore his ACL. I believe it was the ACL. The Warriors paid him $165 regardless. Off that injury, they got another ring from him. And again, selfless guy until he wasn't. And I read today on NBA Central that, you know, him and Draymond were taken aback by the Poole and Andrew Wiggins signing. But I don't understand what they think they were going to do. It's kind of similar to the Cleveland Cavaliers 3-1 bounce back championship against the Warriors, where they had to pay Shumpert, Tristan Thompson, and J.R. Smith all in that offseason. How do you not? So if in fact they were taken aback by that, that's kind of ridiculous, because Wiggins in 2022 in the finals had better averages than Andre Iguodala, who got it in 2015 finals MVP, and it went to Steph. And so it almost like all things evened out. Poole looked like he was the next up. They know they needed a booster pack. So they paid Poole the money that they paid because they knew that Klay wasn't what he used to be. And he needed a little bit of support. And the fact that they lost out on DiVincenzo, who was day and night a better version of Klay, just to try to bring him back, it's kind of crazy, you know. It was time to end that era. I'm going to be honest with you. It was the worst era of basketball I ever watched. If you didn't shoot only threes, you weren't allowed to play basketball during that time. And it set back America and the brand of basketball in America due to that run. That subsequently led to this international influx of talent from Europe, most in particularly, if you really want to talk about it, with France being three players in the top 10. It really dumbed down a generation, if we're being quite frank. Made a lot of money, but it dumbed down a generation that doesn't really know basketball now for the sake of their run. And so, you know, I don't know what exactly Klay wanted. You know, Lester Q was compromised last year to get this guy the minutes he felt he was entitled to. and they did everything they could to showcase him. But you could kind of sense that he was gone. And it's ironic because you're mad about Andrew Wiggins. What did you think? They did the same thing to Kevin Durant. And he ended up leaving and going to Brooklyn with Kyrie. And now you're looking Klay doing the same thing. How sad is that? At the end of the day, they needed a lot of help. They got a lot of money spent. Joe Lacob went over the apron tax 3 times over. And it's time to call it a day. Financial relief. The city's not doing that well, Golden State. And it was just time to end. All these reports afterwards of this, that, and the third, fine, that's cool. But let's be real here. They had their run. They got what they needed. One of the most dominant runs ever. Regardless if they had to buy their way to the top or not, it was still a very dominant run. Congrats to the Golden State Warriors. Congrats to Klay Thompson. On to the next chapter. I'll try to do better next time, Utopians. Global. Out.